I'm Ace. Good to have you here. Quick story. I once found a page that ranked on page one, pulled in thousands of visits a month, and sent almost none of them anywhere. What if one tiny tweak fixed that? Here's the thing. That gap between traffic and value is the most underrated problem builders face. It's not always design. Often it's tiny interaction signals that confuse or mislead. Little things that tell users and search engines the page isn't useful, and we can change that fast. Today I walk you through simple moves you can ship in a morning, microcopy tweaks, a lightweight utility, and a quick friction audit. Concrete test measurement thresholds and things you can actually do this week. No redesigns, no big launches. Let's start with microcopy and affordances. Tiny words, big outcomes. Think of microcopy as quick instructions, not marketing. A line that removes doubt is worth more than a paragraph that sells. Picture this. A product comparison page with 20 items. Visitors scan, then leave confused about which model fits them. We added a 2-line micro headline above the table that answered the most common visitor question. That line alone, 2 seconds of reading, doubled qualified clicks to product pages in 2 weeks. I remember looking at the dashboard and feeling a little stunned with such a small change. How do you shift this in 30 minutes? Find the biggest point of friction, usually the first sentence people see. Replace vague headings like our picks with directional copy, which model fits a 200 to 400 square feet deck. Then add a 2 to 4 word inline CTA, compare sizes, or quick fit guide. Done. A tiny aside, microcopy isn't about being clever. It's about being precise. Tell people what to do next and why it matters, right? Now, lightweight interactives do something different. They give visitors a reason to stay for 30 to 60 seconds, and they reveal intent. Think calculators, toggles, small filters, not full apps, just utilities. Example, a comparison page added a 30-second cost per use calculator. It took an afternoon to build. Time on page rose 40%. And more important, the people who used the tool clicked through at a much higher rate. Why did that work? Because people acted and actions tell you intent. No surprise there, but it's easy to forget. Quick rules for these interactives. Keep them progressive. Render the page without them, then hydrate the tool. Use tiny footprints. No massive libraries. Track 3 events at minimum. Tool_open, tool_submit, tool_close. Those events are gold for qualifying traffic. Listen, a lightweight tool that adds 1.5 seconds to load can cancel the benefit. So measure load impact before you ship. Performance budgets matter. Aim for scripts under 50K, be zipped for these widgets, lazy load images, and keep the initial paint fast. Finally, do a quick friction audit and instrument the page. Ever watch where people hesitate? That's the starting point. Spot the hesitation. Measure it. Don't guess. Then remove the smallest blocker. Practically, spend 5 minutes on a scroll and click heat map. Find where attention drops. Add 3 lightweight events. First, _interaction. Helpful _click and exit _point. Then pick the lowest effort fix where most people leave. Usually a missing contextual CTA, a confusing header, or an image that looks clickable but isn't. Here's a small human moment. On one page, the exit _point clustered right under a comparison table. We added a tiny line. Not sure? Answer 2 quick questions and a small button. Within weeks, qualified clicks went up, and I remember thinking we were 1 sentence away. That memory sticks because the change felt almost absurdly easy. 2 quick mini case studies compact, so you can apply them. 1. A health info article that ranked well but didn't convert. We added inline microcopy that reframed the page. Search less. Compare the top options for this symptom, plus a 20-second tool that suggested a category. Result, qualified clicks doubled. Time on page rose 35% in 30 days. 2. A content hub overloaded with off-topic widgets. We trim distractions, move the subscription prompt in 9, and change the CTA from subscribe to get updates for this exact topic. Pogo sticking dropped, and over a 6-week window, impressions and engagement signals improved. Correlation, not magic, but meaningful. Testing plan. Simple and practical. Prioritize with an effort versus leverage mindset. Low effort, high leverage first. Micro copy swaps, one inline CTA, or a tiny calculator. Medium effort items are small interactives, needing a bit of dev time. High effort things go to the backlog. Try a 48-hour quick test. Ship the micro copy or that tiny tool. Split traffic if you can, or at least hold one page as a control. See what actually moves. Measure 3 things: tool or CTA usage, change in time on page for engaged users, and page weight/load impact. Thresholds. If CTA or tool usage lifts by 10% and load impact is under 250 milliseconds, scale. If you get a short spike with no lasting behavior change after 30 days, roll back or iterate. Here's the weird part. Most teams skip the instrumentation. They change copy, pat themselves on the back, and never track the event that would tell them if it worked. Don't be that team. Instrument first, celebrate later. Let's connect the dots. Small interaction signals guide behavior. They give search engines better engagement data, and they qualify visitors so downstream funnels actually work. The magic is cumulative, tiny bets that stack into meaningful gains. One practical experiment to run this week. Pick a high-traffic faceless page. Add a single contextual micro headline answering the most common visitor question, plus one small interactive or inline CTA you can build in a morning. Instrument 3 events. Run the 48-hour test and use the thresholds I mentioned. See what moves. Think about that for a moment. These are tiny bets with compounding returns. You don't need a big redesign to squeeze more value from what you already own. If this episode helps, subscribe so you don't miss future systems-focused ideas. I post tactical episodes you can act on in the morning. Let's connect the dots on your pages and make small changes that stack into something meaningful. Well, that's enough to think about for today. Appreciate you spending a few minutes with me. I'll catch you in the next one.